Greeting Bantu kings and queens. We have a new book out. Christianity, presented by Bantu Nkosi and first and transcribed by Dr. Beverly Anderson. We are here to share the words of our Father, to look deep into the words of our Father to see what we can learn and discover as we continue to experience this awakening, an awakening that is taking the world by storm. Sunani Nanini is redeeming his people, his chosen few scattered to the four corners of the earth. If you are Bantu, then it is a good thing. We give thanks unto Sunani Nanini and sing praises to his name. And while we are giving him praise and thanks, we know that he is redeeming us, he is saving us, he is causing his goodness to be showered upon us, and for this we are very, very grateful. For this we are so thankful that we burst out in praise and worship. And giving him glory and honor, we thank him for all that he is doing and will continue to do. For there is none like him in all the universe. Hallelujah.
Education TV, waking up your Bantus from sleep to education.
Okay, this is Black Education TV, where we're stepping back from the brink towards a more meaningful future. With our theme verse being, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." So if your ancestors were scattered via the transatlantic slave trade or the Mohammedan Arabic Islamic slave trade, then you are the children of Almighty. Sunini Nanini Samandla, the mighty one of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Oh yes, Black history. The study of the Bible is Black history.
Education TV. Education TV, waking up your Bantus from sleep to education.
Okay, this is Black Education TV, where we're stepping back from the brink towards a more meaningful future. With our theme verse being, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." So if your ancestors were scattered via the transatlantic slave trade or the Mohammedan Arabic Islamic slave trade, then you are the children of Almighty. Sunini Nanini Samandla, the mighty one of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Oh yes, Black history. The study of the Bible is Black history. And so you're welcome tonight. Welcome to the show. Welcome. Share the link to everyone. And let somebody know tonight that you are connected to the show. We give him all the praise. We give him all the glory. We give him all the honor because he is due all the praise and all the honor. Oh yes, share the link and text a friend. And after the show, make sure you follow us on all the channels. It is on Telegram Live, it is YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and the recording is uploaded on Bantu. You are welcome tonight to the show. All praises to Almighty Sunini Nanini Samanda. We give him all the praise and all the glory.
Waking up the Bantus from sleep to education TV. Waking up the Bantus from sleep to education TV.
Every time we begin to say who we are, we're being told when we say we are the chosen, we're being told that we are anti-Semitic, to shut us down. This time, the long time, this time, the been before time.
This is what I have to say, and I think you will agree. There is someone who's been running around, claiming to be you and me. And now, there's no compromising. It won't be stopped, the awakening. Understand, we're simply speaking true. We're exposing that fake holy land and gathering all the proof. We are not claiming to have found everything, but the Most High helps us remember, just like He always to their knees. Their noses in the air, and they're still walking tall. But pride comes before a fall. Now we'll see what comes about, unless we do forget. The Most High commands a righteous rule, and Bantu, we're up next. Sometimes this walk is lonely, but I continue on, come what may. I'm on the road to Zion and getting closer day by day. Now I have never been there. Can you show me the way? When we gather, now I don't need religion to get on my knees and pray and thank my Heavenly Father for all He's done for me today. I thank Him for His mercy. I thank Him for His grace, because we'll be gathered from all the nations for all the world to see. And yes, we are the last generation, and soon we will be free. We've entered Jacob's trouble, but we don't have the spirit of fear. We just call on our Father, and He's faithful to hear. We give Him all the glory. We give Him all the praise, because we'll be gathered from all the nations for all the world to see.
nation. Umbaka. Our kings wrote the ancient scriptures in their Bantu tongue. You colonized and murdered them, then lied to the young. Stole the identity, the chosen seed you took. Added Isis, Ra, and El, pagan gods to our books. Destroyed the ancient scrolls. Added twisted lies and mixed in fake letters to the names of our tribes. Abram, Isaka, and Kobe, the royal kings of the Bantu tree. The Most High loves his nation, his royal generation. Yeah. We see your wicked, evil plots. Genetic engineering, we can't be stopped. So Nini knew the evil you would do. So he made you document the facts to show your lies too. We have his E1, B1A genetic parts. Eternal DNA like the sun, moon, and stars. Jasper, sardine, melanated stones. Revelation 4 and 3, brown skin tone. The Most High loves his nation. Ashe, royal kings, royal queens. Umbaka, Bantu generation. Kisa, holy seed, and get to heed decreed. Umbaka, promise restoration. Musa, chosen nation, royal generation. Umbaka, Sub Saharan Africa, the holy land. My brothers and my sisters, you must understand. The Most High will restore the Bantu name. Jeremiah 30, he proclaimed. Ezekiel 37, drop bones. Wake up, Bantu, prepare to go home. He's joining the sticks, together as one. So Nini spoke, it is done. The Most High loves his nation, his royal generation. Yeah. 1884 Berlin Conference, you divided our land. Read the scripture, Joel 3. Yes, your judgment plan. Our Bantu prophecies unrevealed, protected by the Most High, he concealed. Read Genesis 3:15, Deuteronomy 28. So Nini, his holy seed you hate. He chose us to be above all the nations. You wicked seed, fire, annihilation. The Most High loves his nation. Ashe, royal kings, royal queens. Umbaka, Bantu generation. Kisa, holy seed, and get to heed decree. Umbaka, promise restoration. Musa, chosen nation, royal generation. Umbaka, Abantu, Kimbo. He said it's done, it is done, it is done, and we are one. He said it's done, it is done, it is done, and we are one. Hebrew to Negro, no, African Bantu, that's our flow. So many knows. Musa, let's go. Hebrew to Negro, no, African Bantu, that's our flow. So many knows. Musa, let's go. Stop calling us fake names, European Khazars, your
Bantu flow, Bantu flow, Bantu flow, Bantu flow, Bantu flow.
It is important that we know and that we are confident that Sunina and Samandla will never leave us.
Switch on the line.
He says he's married to the backslider, speaking of us. Even when we turn away, he still, like the prodigal father, seeks to embrace us.
Free us out of Egypt, you can do it one more time. Free us out of Babylon, you can do it one more time. Free us from these chains that they placed on our minds. You can do it one more, you can do it one more time. Free us from the city, you can do it one more time. The soul is mighty, you can do it one more time. Break forth from the galley king, you can do it one more time. Make us free from religion, you can do it one more time. 40 years we was in that desert, you know. 40 years we ain't even trying to strap on our toes. Walking with Abantu, we ain't do no Holy Ghost. Took us out these churches and they really be gross. Had us eating flesh and blood. See we're following the fallen dust. And they told us this was out of love. Bow all these wicked nations, please judge. Free us out of Egypt, do it one more time. Free us out of Babylon, we can do it one more time. Free us from these chains that they placed on our minds. We can do it one more, you can do it one more time. Free us from the system, we can do it one more time. Show us mighty wisdom, we can do it one more time. Break forth from the gully king, we can do it one more time. Break us free from religion, we can do it one more time. Free us out of Egypt, we can do it one more time. Free us out of Babylon, we can do it one more time. Free us from these chains that they placed on our minds. We can do it one more, you can do it one more time. So we sing to Sinini, we won't get his name. The everlasting Father, yeah, the agent of death. Sinini is great and his praise to be praised. Take up diseases and forgive of iniquity. Yes, and greatly arm is guided in the victory. Sinini make a salvation on the foot of healer. You either serve Sinini or these demons. And they almost at the end of their season. Free us out of Egypt, we do it one more time. Free us out of Babylon, we can do it one more time. Free us from these chains that they placed on our minds. We can do it one more, we can do it one more time. Free us from the system, we can do it one more time. Bestow His mighty wisdom, we can do it one more time. Break forth from the great king, we can do it one more time. Make us free from religion, we can do it one more time. Free us out of Egypt, we can do it one more time. Out of Babylon, we can do it one more time. Free us from these chains that they placed on our minds. We can do it one more, we can do it one more time.
One more time,
It is important that we know and that we are confident that
Sunini Nanini for breaking down every obstacle in the path to the redemption of his people. And we join the prophets that said, therefore the redeemed of Sunini Nanini shall return and come with singing unto Zion. That's what they said in the Bible. But I mean, it's Jerusalem. It's
paradise, eat paradise, yeah. Eat paradise, eat paradise, yeah. Eat paradise, eat paradise, yeah. Eat paradise, eat paradise. Ingefuna ukuya Jerusalem, Jerusalem, Jerusalem. Ingefuna ukuya Jerusalem, Jerusalem, Jerusalem. son, cause you be the light, the way truth and light. So many na nene, Tata and Zami, mighty one over Kobe. Out New Egypt, you gon' lead us. You the one to redeem us. You love us but don't need us. Fast action, you gon' free us. Yeah. I can hear the shaking of the bones. All cause the one on the throne. A Kobe, yeah, we gone home. So then please take us home. Eat paradise, eat paradise, yeah. Eat paradise, eat paradise, eat paradise, eat paradise, eat paradise, eat paradise. Funa ukuya Jerusalem, Jerusalem, Jerusalem. Ingefuna ukuya Jerusalem, Jerusalem, Jerusalem. Yeah.
Okay. Greetings tonight. Once more in the precious name of our Father, Almighty Sunini Nanini Samandla. He is the mighty one of Abraham. He is the mighty one of Isaac, and he is the mighty one of Jacob. Welcome to the show tonight. A very, very late show. I'm very sorry about this, but it's just tying up some loose ends. But we give thanks and praise nevertheless. We're going to resume to our normal time eventually, but we are in this state for a little while. All praises to Sunini Nanini. Thank you for coming in the chat room. Thank you so much. And first, let me just recognize those people who are participating in the Feast of Weeks. They're making donations, and we give thanks and praise to Almighty Sunini Nanini for their contributions. And say again, Ayande, thank you for your super sticker of £9.99. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brother Nkosi Abdi, $10. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And there we have Sister Para. Thank you so much for your $36. Thank you so much. And thank you again, Sister Talia, for your $19.99. Thank you. And I'm going to print the screen, like I said. These are going to be wave offering tomorrow. Hallelujah. We're in fact, in the next day already here. And Rose, Garnet Rose, thank you so much for your £10. Thank you so much. And then thank you, Joel. Thank you. You said here, all praises to About Sunini Nanini. Happy Feast of Weeks, Forest Fruits, Royalties. His joy is our strength. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then, yeah, let me just print that screen here. And then, like I did last night, I'll take a final sweep towards the end and then pick up the others. Thank you so much. I'm putting that screen where it ought to be. We give all the praise and all the thanks to Almighty Sunini Nanini Samandla. And so tonight, if you're joining us from the Pacific Islands, Australia, New Zealand, or from the troubled Arab, Asian, and European lands, you are welcome here tonight. And if you're joining us from the Caribbean Islands, North and South America, or even Antarctica, you are also welcome here tonight. And if you're joining us from the most precious real estate on earth, the Holy Land, the heartbeat of the world, Sub Saharan Africa, the Promised Land, the land of Canaan, the land of Abraham and Sarah. Sub Saharan, remember, Sarah is the daughter of Haran, and Haran is the brother of Abraham and Nahor from the Sahel. Welcome to the show tonight. Thank you so much, monitors, for the job that you do. Oh, did I mention Joel? Yeah, 22. Yes, 22 euros. I think I didn't mention 22 euros. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going back into our study tonight. And remember the theme, the new series. There's 900 plus videos now. It's Africa is the Holy Land. We are the people. Full stop. Punctuation, exclamation, you put it there. We are the people. And tonight's installment, scattered, but not lost. Scattered, but not lost. As I was thinking of this topic tonight, I began to think that it might have to go in two parts. We are the people, scattered, but not lost. So we can talk about scattered separately and not lost separately. But let's see how we can combine them tonight. And so what we're dealing with here is a concept of some person that told us that we were lost. We have never been lost, but we were declared lost by a people who wanted to steal our identity, who actually stole it. And so when we think of lost, as I amply did in the book by the very title, Scattered But Not Lost, I mentioned the fact that when something is lost, it is lost to who maybe hid it. And somebody hid it. I remember my own mom, she would put her, she'd tie her little money in her kerchief and she would put it somewhere and she will never be able to find it again in a hurry. She wouldn't remember that. And so she made sure she always tell me where she put it. I'm not gonna forget. Sometimes she put it over the window. Sometimes she put it in a corner there, or some other corner there. And I just need to see it and I remember it. And so when she say, where did I put that? I say, oh, look over there, window, mommy. Somebody has to hide something before it can be declared lost. Somebody hid us and then declare that we were lost. I remember a book also I read. They were throwing away a lot of books from the library at the Christian Wisma Multilateral School where I was teaching there. And they had these books. Leslie James, she was the librarian then. They had these books packed up there, and I would go in and pull out and so on and look at. At the time I pulled out a Greek New Testament, didn't know what was in there anyhow. And then I picked up this little thin book, like a Bible story book, what we used to have in the days. And inside of that book, I was reading the history of the chosen people ended. And their descendants, the Jews, began. I think they said the Hebrew people. The history of the Hebrew people ended, and their descendants, the Jews, began. And I always wondered about that. How do you end the history of a people? And then on the back of that, start the history of another people. Didn't understand it. But it never left my mind. It was like a seed sown there. And now the fruits are coming forth. Hallelujah. I just remember how many years that was and how insignificant that book would have been. But it had these kind of Bible characters, pictures inside and so on. And then they put this note there that the history of the Hebrew people ended and their descendants, the Jews, began. So the question is, lost. Are we lost? Have we been lost? Or did somebody designate us lost or prescribe us lost? And so we have this concept of the lost tribes. And so I was looking and I noticed that the lost tribes is not just left as lost tribes, it's qualified by the lost tribes of Israel. The lost tribes. And then they make reference to the Assyrian captivity in 722 BC, they said. But who was Assyria? Ashur had his name changed in the Strong Concordance to Assyria. So Ashur is a black man in the lineage of Shem from West Africa. So you went into captivity to your own cousins, the children of Ashur, operating out of West Africa. Then who went into captivity there? They had to be in West Africa to go into West African captivity. And these are the logical things that we been putting together over these years to give the understanding. But tonight, the conversation is lost tribes, scattered but not lost. We are the scattered, but we are not lost. But by putting the two together, we are forced to examine things a little closer. And so what I want to do tonight is have a conversation about lost tribes from the standpoint that we, Abantu, we are the people. But we have never been lost. Those who declare us lost step into our position. And this is for educational purposes. I'm just looking at some of these. Lost tribes of the house of Israel. See now, Akobi had his name changed to Israel. So again, when you're thinking about lost tribes of Israel, are there two sets of lost tribes? One of Israel and one of Akobi? Or is it that Akobi's children were not lost, but scattered and declared by the children of Israel to be lost? Those are thoughts that should come across our minds as we think about this topic. Let me back up here a little bit and show you, excuse me, what it said here. It says here, a map of the lost tribes of Israel. That's not us. But it sounds like us. You see how the game is played? We are not Israel. We're the children of Akobi. We're not lost. We were scattered among the nations. But they brought they put this thing together while we were still asleep. And when we wake up, we began to embrace this conversation about lost tribes. So you have a lost tribe chart by the IUIC, ICCJ, and these things that come up from time to time and put out this information. A map of the lost tribes of Israel is a complex topic, as it can refer to the original 12 tribes territory in ancient Israel. Oops, we got problems here. That's not us. We've never been in Israel. We never come from Israel. We came from Africa. So this is a game that has been played on us. To maps depicting the dispersed tribes' historical migration. Maps are available showing both the division of the land among the 12 tribes after Joshua. Now they've gone to the Bible to have this conversation about Israel. No, there's no Israel in the Bible. Israel was inserted, like I've been teaching all the time. Israel was inserted in place of Akobi, the black man. So he was replaced and then declared lost. And then we embrace this history, this fake story. We have never been lost. Only lost to those who declared us lost because they misplaced us. They put us in another space. And when we wake up now, we embrace the space that we were put in, thinking that we are the lost tribes of Israel. But we're not Israel, we're Bantu. So tonight, let me read some more. It says here, the 10 tribes, the 10 northern tribes, went after being exiled by the Assyrian in 722 BC. Now, you don't know who these people are, Assyrians. How did they come to become Assyrians? This is the children of Ashur. And I've repeatedly showed you from this, from the scriptures that Strong's, didn't want to change that one there. Let me just bring up. Yeah, I have to change it. Strong's H 804. That's a Strong's reference. 804. And it shows us the name of this son of Shem, Ashur. Let's pronounce his name. The system is a bit lagging, so sorry, I'm clicking on the wrong screen.
Strong's H804. Ashur. Ashur.
Now, who is Ashur? His name is mentioned 151 times in the Bible. He's a significant person, very significant person. And 118 of those times, he was referred to as Assyria. And then 19 times as the Assyrians. Only 8 times he has Ashur with the H, the genetic modifier of the Hebrew Israelites, the Jews. The H is inside here. And then you have 1 time his original name was used, Ashur, Ashur. Now, this name was altered to become Ashur with the H and Assyria. Now, who is Ashur? The second son of Shem. Now, Shem is a black man, but his son's name get changed to Assyria and then relocated in a fake location to tell a fake history. And now you think that he's an Arab and that he come from Iraq. That's what they did. And so the concept of lost. Now, if you do that, you have misplaced somebody. And if you misplace something, you can declare it lost. It's not lost. You misplaced it. My mother's money wasn't lost. She put it in a place that she didn't remember. To her, it was misplaced. It's not lost. So Ashur had his name changed his location, and then you hear about an Assyrian empire instead of the empire of Ashur, and now it's operating out of Iraq instead of out of West Africa. That's what happened. And this is how the documentation shows the evidence. Okay. So, according to the information, these children went into Assyrian captivity in 722 BC. And a lot of people quote these dates. I don't trust these dates because if you fake the history, you can fake the timeline. Which includes routes to Asia. So these black people went into Asia, they went into Europe and Africa. Though Africa went into Africa. Black people went into Africa from somewhere else. Which place is this? So you see how this twisted history puts itself out, that the Assyrians took in the lost tribes of Israel. They went into captivity. But there is no history of the children of Israel, the Hebrew Israelites, going into captivity, apart from in Germany. So there's no ancient Israel. There's no ancient Israel. And therefore, there can be no lost tribes of Israel. But let's examine what they're talking about. 12 tribes. Let's go in and see the map that they're referring to. Let's see this. So this map is by the Mediterranean Sea. These are not the children of Akobi. This map is by the Mediterranean Sea, not by the Bight of Benin, from which they were trafficked via the transatlantic slave trade. So who are these people? This is a Bible story, or the Bantu scroll story, copied and put in a different location to claim a land that belongs to Arabs and tell a story about an ancient people called Israel when they never existed. Only by changing the name of Akobi in the Bible, you can get Israel. Outside of that, there is no Israel. And what is happening in the 21st century? This system is being dismantled right in front of our eyes. It was set up in 1948, and it's now being dismantled in front of our eyes. People backdated further than 1948 because you go in the Bible, because the Bible is copied from the Bantu scrolls, and you begin to read this people from 1948 into ancient history when it never existed. They never existed. It's not different to Jesus. They never existed, except from 1948. But when you pick the Bible up, you begin to give them ancientness by reading Israel, which is Akobi, a black man whose name was changed into Israel, a white man. And nobody teaches it as plain as that. That's what happened. So there was a usurping of the identity of the children of Akobi, a black people from West Africa who never lived in the Mediterranean Sea among the Arabs. You can never read that in the Bible, the very Bible that they copied and translated and twisted. You don't read about an ancient people near to the Arabs and possessing land from Arabs. You can't find that in the Bible. Because you and I were not supposed to read so deeply, so forensically. And so when we talk about lost tribes, you are having a conversation about something that never happened. There are no lost tribes of Israel. There are scattered tribes of Akobi. Abantu was scattered from the Bight of Benin, not from the Mediterranean Sea coast. So this is a made-up, pictorial, graphic map. It's not a reality. The children are too many to fit in that space. Just imagine you're trying to fit 1 billion people into the Gaza Strip, into that land of Israel story. And a fertile land that was promised to Abraham and his children. Where is it? Is it in Iraq? Can you compare Iraq with Africa? It can fit in Africa. You can't. Can you compare this land of Israel with Africa? Cannot be compared. Can you compare the resources of the children of Akobi in the land of Akobi with that of the children of Israel in the Levant? You can't. So when they talk about the lost tribes of Israel, they're talking about a fictitious story which you give life to by connecting the story with the people in the Bible. That's what we did. They made us to do that because they tell a story about the people in the Bible called the children of Jacob. They changed the name to Israel and get us to tell the story that these people are ancient. But the story never took place in the land of Israel. And there ain't no people in the Bible by that identity. Up until when they changed it. Changed the name of Jacob into Israel. Changed the name of a black man into a white man. That's why you have the confusion of the white Jesus story. It's been repeated over and over. That's why you get the story of Jacob and Esau. And then you get to think that Esau is the white man. Because you're confused. My brother and I share the same DNA. We share the same mother and father. We share the same DNA. He's not white. You get the picture. I'm not talking race, for those who might get as narrow as that. So when they talk about the lost tribe, they're talking about this story that they made you to read into history. They made you to read fake history into real history. The real history is about Jacob, a black man that lived in West Africa, whose ancestors, lived in West Africa, and they went up to Southern Africa. Abraham, Issachar, and Jacob. That's not Israel. That's why the stories are in opposite locations, because the stories are opposite. They're not the same. That's why I say to people, don't take too much on the names, because the names are going to eventually come surface. For example, you take the name Solomon, but the real name of Solomon, the man in the lineage in the Bible, is Jedediah. He's not Solomon. But Solomon appears in English. Solomon appears in Arabic, Suleiman. He appears everywhere. All the biblical ancestors end up in these three faiths, Islam, Judaism, and Christianity. But they got nothing to do with it. And those might not even be the names that we're calling on sometimes. That's why I say, hold the story. Don't make much of the names here. Because we can see Jacob, who is the firstborn, because his name in the Bantu languages mean firstborn. He that opened the womb. But he got named Jacob because they were making it up. When they made the J, they drop it in front of Jacob and it became Jacob. Drop the J off and you get Jacob. This is what the children of Israel were doing. So now they embrace an identity that is false. And they have a struggle to keep up that identity. And they used to have a show here back in England called Keeping Up Appearance. And it was just a front. That's why Msindisi, when he came on the scene, said, "You're whitened sepulchres. Appear white outside, but inside you are dead men bones." That's why he was talking like that. He was talking to them because they did invade the continent. Or you think apartheid started in 1948, May. When Msindisi was there, they were there. They invaded the land. In 1884, they were there again, invading the land. There is no life on earth outside of the order that Sunini Nanini has put down. That Abraham is the custodian of the riches of the earth. And that riches is located in Africa, the Holy Land. And so this 12 tribe nonsense has nothing to do with the children of Israel. So they made, if you understand African culture and how families and life develop and grow. So my father made me and my brother, for example, not just the two of us, just for example. And then I make my tribe, and my brother made his tribe. And the children inside that tribe began to create their own house now under that name. And then this one do is that. And just imagine somebody with 100 children, and you could see how that could start spreading. That's a family. And so we'll never stop at 12 tribes. That's going to be main headings, but there are going to be so much subheads because every male in that family is going to create a house on his own. And because they're all kings, they're actually creating kingdoms. And they're all queens, they're reigning in kingdoms. And they're all priests. They are all worshippers of Sunini Nanini. There are no atheists among them. They all inherited that knowledge. It's passed down that Sunini Nanini is your creator. That Nzambi, Modimo, Mowari, Chineke, Uludumari, they all know him in their language long before Europeans came on the continent. They were serving Sunini Nanini long before Europeans even understand the concept of a creator. Long before they understand the concept of protecting the environment, it was protected. And so we get locked down to the 12 tribes of Israel. And that's exactly what it says, the 12 tribes of Israel. But which one of us go in there and show us the 12 tribes of Israel within the children of Israel, within the European family? Let's hear the 12 tribes. Unless they count in Kashmiri Jews, Mizrahi Jews, unless they count in like that. There's no 12 tribes of Israel. They borrowed Jacobi's children to create the religion that they have. They're also visible in Islam. But let's go back a little and see some more. 12 tribes map. Lost tribes of Israel. Migration to Europe. What did it become when they end up in Europe? Let's see. Lost tribes of Israel, they migrated to Europe. That's not us. These fellas took us to the Caribbean and put us on plantations and reservations. Lost tribes of Israel. Israel migration to Europe. An old British Israel map showing the migration of the lost tribes, the lost 10 tribes. Movement by sea, the Phoenicians, the Philistine ship. The Phoenicians and the Philistine ship working for Syrian transported Hebrews to Spain, Gaul, and Britain. Movement by land, northward. CA 7, this is what I tell you. Be careful with these dates. CA 740, 720 BC. Israelites taken to north, where they became identified as Crimerians, Scythians, and Goths. Are you still children of Israel? You still want to be children of Israel? Hear them. Crimerians. Israelites moved to Europe. Scythians. Movement to Europe in CA 50 and 550 BC. Royal Scythians. Moved westward 300 to 100 BC. Barbarian Scythians, Israelites, associated with the Hun invasion of Europe in the 400s CE. The Danites and Naphtalites moved to Scandinavia in 400 to 600. Are you thinking that these are black people? No, they're not. These are the children of Israel that you want to be. And that's the problem with the confusion, because these are the children, lost tribes of Israel. But they watch you fall into the trap of thinking that you are the children of Israel. And so you begin to name Seminole Indians. Benjamin is Jamaica. You begin to do, we all did this nonsense. We all were involved in this nonsense. Let's go on some more. The Vikings. And so you got these people now coming up and say, oh, do you know the Vikings were black? Do you know the Vikings were black people? Do you know the Crimeans were black people? This is the nonsense that is taking place. The Normans were descendants from the Vikings who settled in England. Do you know that the Vikings were black people? They were in England. Do you know that King James was a black man? And this is the nonsense we're getting on with. This story is a European conversation, and you going inside, putting yourself inside the story. It says here, Normandy, France, and elsewhere, Scotland and the Khazars who converted to Judaism were both derived from the, I'm going to spell the word, Agathyrsy, or of the tribe of Manasseh, Scythia. See, so where are you black people fitting in this conversation? They just give you the 10 tribes, and they're all European families. So you now go and create your own 10 tribe chart to make your story become palatable. And they watch you do it. And they know that you're doing nonsense because they made up this story for you. And you begin to follow it. Israel wandering. Is this the wilderness? See? Okay. So this is Europe. I can see Mauritania here, Egypt. Okay. This is West Africa here, and this, North Africa, sorry. And this is Europe. The Saxons and all the Normans and the Vikings and all of these people are here. And they say Israel's wandering. This is a different story. This is Israel's wandering in the wilderness. Britain is part of the wilderness. Is Israel wandering here? This is a European story. It's not a story that you're reading in the Bible. But you are made to give life to this story that they created by saying that you are Israel. You are in direct conflict with these people because they created that identity for themselves. Of course, it's built on your identity because they have to change your father's name so that they can get into, excuse me, so they can access the information in the Bantu schools to tell their story. So when you think again about the scattered children of Israel, don't put yourself in there. That's the mistake we made. Where are the 10 lost tribes? Let's see what they're saying on this one. Where are the 10 lost tribes? What happened to the 10 tribes of Israel after the last invasion of the Romans? And where are they now? Is a whole map of Africa they're showing us? And they did put a marker here. The children of Israel is in South Africa. Are they making reference here to the Boers? I have a visitor. I'm going to interact with this visitor. Just allow me this privilege. Otis, Otis, Rich. Africa is not the Holy Land. So let me and Otis have this, this conversation. So Otis, when you read Genesis chapter 13, verse number 1, and it says that Abram, the patriarch, when he left Egypt, after he went into Egypt, he left Egypt and he went south. So this is Egypt up here. If you can look at it, Egypt is here, there. And he left Egypt and he went south. He came to South Africa. He didn't go north. Can you see that? Nobody else respond to me tonight. Is it Otis? Respond to me, Otis. I'm looking in the chat to see your response. I'm going to wait for you to tell me when you left Egypt and you go south, which is South Africa, how did you get to north to make a holy land there? Given that Abraham is the father of Issachar and Issachar is the father of Jacob, and Jacob had his name changed by the Hebrew Israelites to Israel to create this land over here. So Abraham never was an Israelite. Issachar was not an Israelite. Jacob was not an Israelite. Somebody changed his name. Does that make him an Israelite? This whole family was up south. How did you get a story over there after 1948? Because it was made up. Let me see what response I'm getting from this visitor. Don't kick him out, please. I want him there. Where is he? He's in the chat still? I'm looking for him. Maybe he's on Facebook then, because I think the Facebook chats are drawn here. I'm just checking for him. I like it when people do that because it's important that they understand, yeah, Africa is not the Holy Land, but apparently he's not responding to me. I'm waiting to see. And there's no more response. So that's a one-off. Somebody dropped something and then go their way. All right. Okay, let's resume. So lost. You can't say that I am lost. I could be lost to you because you dismissed me. You put me or misplaced me. You scattered me into lands and then you declare that I am lost. But to me and to those who know me, to the Creator, I'm not lost. I've been misplaced. I've been scattered. And so they're not looking for us when they go looking for the 12 tribes of Israel. They're not looking for us. They're looking in every other place except among us. Because they're the ones that say that we are lost. We have never been lost. We've only been scattered, not lost. Okay, he has been removed. Okay. All right. So let's back up again. Where are the lost tribes? Lost tribes. Israel's lost tribes migration map. Probably, did I show this one already? Okay. So these people that are migrating here as lost tribes of Israel, migration of Israel after captivity. Was Israel in captivity? I thought it was the children of Jacob, the black people. You see what happens when you change a name? You get a whole new story. because the children of Israel have never been in captivity to any man. And Syndici was having this conversation. They said, we have never been in bondage to any man. How sayest thou that you shall be free? John chapter 8. But here we see a migration of Israel after the captivity. And this migration of Israel after the captivity, they're moving in Europe. How do the Hebrew Israelites, the black Hebrew Israelites, qualified, pick this story up and think it's about them? It's not about us. I mean, we all made this mistake. You see, I've written the book Scattered But Not Lost. We all make the mistake of thinking, oh, the people in the Bible is us. We know that the story is about us. But here, by subtlety, a people has stolen our identity and created a mirror of the story that concerns us. And look where they're wandering. Is this the desert of sin? Which is this place? Which desert? Is this the, where is the Red Sea for this wandering? Where is the Red Sea for this wandering here? That they crossed to get into the land. Which sea did they cross to get into their land? Where is it? Where were they? Why were they in Egypt? Who put them in Egypt? See, they bought over the story of the Bantu scrolls, but they couldn't fix it properly to tell the lie. I'm seeing a little conversation, but lost and found. The tribe of Joseph. Am I reading here? Yes. The tribe of Joseph was subdivided into two tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim. That's the Bible story. And the two sons of these are the two sons of Joseph. They jointly receive a birthright blessing from their grandfather, Jacob. Is he Jacob or is he Israel? We got to be careful now. Did you not say that his name should not be called Jacob anymore? You see, he never had any name change. You change it. You did it to tell your story on the back of this story. Just like when you created the Jesus story, you tell it on the back of the story of Syndici. This is what you've been doing. You've been fabricating history forever. And Sunini has brought that, is bringing that to an end in the 21st century so everybody can see. This division of the tribe of Joseph resulted in there being 13 tribes of Israel. We got 13 tribes of Israel. See, they don't understand the story that they were dealing with. Now they call it 13 tribes. And they must be the 13th tribe. Arthur Kessler says, if the Jews were a tribe, they would have been the 13th tribe because the first 12 has got nothing to do with them. And these are the interesting parts of the story. I hope our black Hebrew Israelite boys are paying attention to this kind of conversation. All right, let's go back again. Let's see what more they have. 12 tribes of Israel map, tracking the 12 tribes through migration on the map. Let's see what they got on this one. So they're tracking these tribes. Let's see where they put in them. They look like they're in, that's United Kingdom over there. This could be France or Rome or somewhere there. No, Spain is over here. That's France, right? So it looked like they pinned something in France. So where are these tribes? See, in the Bible, in the Bantu scrolls, there was no kingdom called Israel. There was a kingdom of Judah and the 10 tribes in the north, because they were all one and then they get divided. So 10 of the family members went aside and 2 stayed aside, which is normal. When you can't get along, you just separate yourselves so that you put a little space and distance so that you can come back to yourself. But to think that there are 12 Hebrew tribes, 12 Israelite tribes, 12 Jewish tribes. There's never been any such thing in history. And what they have done is created a story that they now cannot support or sustain. For example, when you make Crimea and the Scythians and the Romans and all of these, are these all tribes of Israel? Are these the children of Akobi? How did the Akobi children become Europeans? How did they become Europeans? This is not a European story. And so they bought into this, they took this black story and made a European version of it. Like they took Msindisi, the black man that came to tell his people to turn back to Sunini Nanini. And they wrote the story of Jesus on the back of that story. And you forget the story of Msindisi, and you embrace the story, the fake story of Virgin Born Jesus. So these tribes of Europe is what you're reading on when you read about the lost tribes of Israel. These are not Bantu tribes. And so the brothers that got involved, the black Hebrew Israelites, like us, we have been deceived. But sometimes your pride is too much, so you can't step back from it. So it is clear, it should be clear, that the lost tribes of Israel are not Bantu tribes. You are not Israel. But here the whole 12 tribes come over. You go to Africa, you're going to see how many tribes they got. Dozens of 12 tribes, dozens of them. Dozens. But this one stuck at 12. And then they tell you that they pattern it as the children of Israel. What was Akobi promise? And what was Abraham promise? And what is Issachar promise? So Nini told Abraham in the book of Genesis that his seed is going to be numberless like the sand, trillions, zillions, according to the little children singing it. They know the story. That's why we have to make sure they understand the story. He said you're going to be among the bulk of the people on this space because you're going to be billions. If there are trillions, you're going to be trillions. If there are millions, you're going to be millions. If the highest is millions, you're going to be in that number because it's like the sand of the seashore and the stars of heaven. That's the promise made to Abraham. He came and he made a promise to Issachar. He repeated the promise. Evidence. When Rebecca was coming from West Africa, she was told, go thou and be the mother of thousands of millions. Do some mathematics. Thousands of millions can still be millions. Thousands of millions can't be 6 million. Thousands of millions can't be millions. It's got to be bigger than million. So let's multiply. Bear with me. It can't be 1 million. Thousands can't be 1,000. So we can just use 2, for example, 2,000. I need to close one of them. Okay. Let's see if this one is going to come up. I know you have done it on your calculators already, but we'll just conform it so that everybody get to see it. So thousands is not 1, at least 2. So we're going to multiply 2,000 by millions, not 1, not 4, that's millions. We can be anything above 1. We take 2. So 2,000 by 2 million, by 2 million. 2,000 by 2 million. My calculator is refusing to do the mathematics. So I don't know why it doesn't want you to see it. So maybe somebody in the chat need to do it and post it, so because the chat is seeing. 2,000 multiplied by 2 million. I'm going to do it manually. I should find a calculator online. Okay, so let's do this. 2,000, that's taking care of the thousands of millions, times 2 million. Six zeros, yeah? Multiply. Answer, sorry. Okay, I did something wrong there. Let me just back off. What do I back off? Clear. Right. Equal. That is 3 zeros, another 3. That's 4 billion. That's, so who is here in the terms of billion? I know the Chinese are, the Indians can be, and the next group that is here in billions is black people. 4 billion. Thank you, Joel. 4 billion. So when she was going up to South Africa to become wife to Saka, they said, go, our daughter, our sister, go. Be the mother of thousands of millions. You understand that? That's prophetic. Let's see if I can pull the scripture up. It's the only verse. Let's read it together. It says, and they Ibukan Rebekah, and said unto her, thou art our sister. Be thou the mother of thousands of millions of people. Go be the mother of thousands of millions of people. Be like the sand on the seashore. Be like the stars of heaven. Thousands of millions. Let thy seed possess the gates of those who hate them. You get the picture? Those who hate them swing this thing around and took over the identity of the children that are here in thousands of millions, like the sand of the seashore. See, but they didn't expect us to be reading the Bible like this. You're supposed to read this as a Christian, and you're supposed to think this to mean thousands of millions controlled by the Vatican, 1.4 billion. And you will think that this is about the church. Rebecca is the mother of the church. Nonsense. You see, when these children decided they were going to lie, they actually knew, I should say that, they knew that a day would come when the children will wake up and walk in their identity. And that day would be a tragic day for them. And it has arrived. And so we see the dismantling of the fake story. That's why every European house, if you call it that, start pulling out, or every Gentile house start pulling out Black Jesus out of their closet. You don't think that was significant? That all of a sudden everybody know about the Black Jesus? They want to deceive you further because now you're going to embrace, because that's where you always believe that Jesus had to be black. If there was a Jesus, he must have been black. And now they bring you black Jesus. And then you just roll over and go back to sleep. Never again. Never trust the things that Europeans say. They lie. They socially distance themselves from the truth. They can't even call genocide genocide. They don't even know how to do that. They can't even apologize for the wrong that they have done. They would probably prefer to say, sorry for the pain we have caused. Sorry for the pain. Sorry for your pain. They can't say, sorry for the pain, your pain that we have caused. They can't say that. Hallelujah. So the fact is, we have not been lost. Never lost to Sunini Nanini. He knows where we are. That's why he said, I will gather them from the four corners of the earth where they have been scattered. The next question is, I will pick this up tomorrow night. Who scattered us? Was it Sunini Nanini or the children of Cain that scattered us? Did they insert that Sunini scattered us? He said he was a little bit displeased with us, but in terms of wanting to see our destruction, no, he didn't want that. So did somebody scatter us and blamed it or twisted it on the Bantu schools because Sunini love us? Why then would he want to gather us from the four corners of the earth where he know we have been scattered but not lost? And with that being said, I want to thank everyone. We're going to pick up the conversation tomorrow night. I want to thank everyone for coming in the chat room. Happy Feast of Weeks. We had a feast of the new month, and we continue to celebrate in this period of celebration. We are the people. We are the chosen seed, the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That being said, thank you so much. Thank you for your contributions tonight. Like I said, I've already printed the screen and I've saved it for the way of offering. But these are the words of the scriptures, the words of the Bantu school. You and I have never been lost. Never lost to Sunini Nanini. The very hair on our head, and mine is bald, the very hair on our head is numbered. He knows us. He said, the sparrow, they don't fall to the ground without his knowledge. How much more? You are more precious than many sparrows, and a lily, they don't tile. They don't spin. But Sunini has decorated them with such glory and beauty. He knows us. He knows where we are. Talk to him. Have a conversation with him. If you don't think that Africa is the Holy Land, ask him. Show me if Africa is the Holy Land. And he will show you. But you have to be honest. If you've come to this chat room, is it Titus or Otis or, yeah, Otis. If you came to this chat room to make fun of this message, be wary. Be very wary. It is better you just listen and go your way in peace than to put yourself out in a space that could cause you a situation later on. You don't have to be here. You don't have to be here. But if you come here, Otis, be respectful. Hallelujah. Okay, I want to thank everyone again for coming in the chat room. May the Most High Almighty Sunini Nanini Samandla, the mighty one of Abraham, the mighty one of Isaac, and the mighty one of Jacob continue to watch over Abantu as we continue to experience his glorious redemption. Thank you and good night. And as usual, we close out with a battle song where the wicked kingdom is being dismantled as Sunini establishes his righteous rule. Thank you. And
Political politician no go fit to save us. Poverty on us, if body no go shame us. People will get the power, still use and play us. Why them up put us in chaos? I never there is a you never feel my pains. What is the essence why we hustle every day. I see we facing all these political problems. Why they don't put us in silence?
Africa, 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 Africa. I did a look, I did a look. Understand that dirty enemy playbook. I did a look, I did a look. Understand that dirty enemy playbook. Rat-a-tat-tat, snake, fallen angel, fake. Wheels on the bus go round and round. Free Africa from spellbounds. Egypt, Babylon, African kingdoms, Google Maps. You're a demon, Romans lie, Zimbabwe. So need the truth and the way. Africa, 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 Africa. I did a look, I did a look. Understand that dirty enemy playbook. I did a look, I did a look. Understand that dirty enemy playbook.
Africa, what do you see?
I see that dirty enemy fiending on me.
Africa, what do you hear?
Diamond, gold, oil digging everywhere. Blood vipers suck on the land. African leaders, money in the hand. African reparations due. Big payback is coming to you. Africa, 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 Africa. I did a look, I did a look. Understand that dirty enemy playbook. I did a look, I did a look. Understand that dirty enemy playbook.
Politician never fit to save us. Poverty all I see, but God no go shame us. People will get the power, soon they use and play us. Why them a put us in chaos? And even if I tell you, say you never feel my pains. What is the essence why we hustle every day? I see we facing all these political problems. Why they don't put us in silence?
Africa, congregate. Africa, assimilate. Africa, infiltrate. Africa, dominate. You dirty enemy, that's your way. It's in your triple six DNA. You dirty enemy, that's your way. It's in your triple six DNA.